I watched them from the corner of my father's office, my hand still shaking from the words I had just heard. "Here, $100. That's your actual value," he said, smirking as if he'd just delivered a clever punchline. My sister grinned beside him, unaware of the storm behind my calm mask. I nodded, smiled faintly, and left, quietly, like a ghost slipping out of a house that had never been mine. That night I sat in my car, engine off, mind alive. I remembered when I first joined the company 9 years ago. My father had looked at me, eyes bright, saying, "You'll save this business, I know it." And I did. I took a bankrupt, sinking travel firm and, piece by piece, rebuilt it. A software I created, algorithms fine-tuned, partnerships brokered. By the end of the year, we were $400 million in profit. And yet, on my sister's birthday, he gifted it all to her. Me? $100. My life's work, my sweat and sleepless nights, reduced to pocket change. The betrayal cut deep, but I felt no rage in that moment. Anger is sloppy. Revenge requires clarity. I replayed every detail, every look my sister and father shared, every subtle dismissal they'd offered me over the years. The patterns were clear. The theft wasn't impulsive, it was strategic, calculated, and I would respond in kind. I began quietly, under the radar. First, the contracts. I had copies. Every partnership, every client agreement, every clause that tied the company's growth to my software, all in my name, subtly documented. I studied the legal framework, noting weaknesses in the way ownership was transferred. Then, the software itself. I had coded in tracking mechanisms, performance reports, even hidden alerts. Every time someone tried to make a change without my authorization, I would know. Every loophole I'd left deliberately could be exploited, but not recklessly. Precision mattered. I watched them work the next morning. My sister, now acting CEO, strutted through the office as if she owned not just the company, but the air itself. My father lingered behind her, basking in imagined admiration. I didn't interrupt. I let them underestimate me, as they always had. 2 weeks later, the first ripple hit. A major client noticed a critical discrepancy in software licensing. A partner account had vanished, temporarily. Panic in the emails, confusion in meetings. My sister scrambled. I stayed out of sight, the shadow behind every crisis, my phone quiet. Every misstep she made, every corner she cut to keep up with demand, became another piece of evidence against her. By the third week, investors were calling. Questions about mismanagement, missing permissions, unexplained code changes. I had them all forwarded to the right hands, legal advisors who knew exactly how to act. And I stayed calm, silent, a phantom weaving ruin. The climax came on a Thursday. My father stormed into the office, enraged by investor threats, demanding explanations. My sister tried to deflect, flustered, and then I walked in. Calm, deliberate, documents in hand. Screens showing every tampered code, every misplaced contract, every deviation that led to the near collapse. "You gave her the company," I said quietly. "All of it. Do you know why investors are pulling out? Do you see how fragile your empire was without me?" Their faces turned pale. My father's smirk faltered. My sister's confidence crumbled. I didn't shout. I didn't need to. The weight of evidence, the inevitability of consequences, spoke for me. I walked out again, not quietly this time. They wouldn't see me for months. But I knew the law and the business world would do the rest. My revenge wasn't loud. It wasn't messy. It was precise, clean, and undeniable. Weeks later, I got a call. The board had frozen my sister out. My father had been questioned, cornered legally. The company, ironically, was now dependent on me, on the software and systems only I could fully control. I smiled, finally. Not with joy, not with anger, but with the satisfaction of justice. I drove past the office that evening, windows down, night air cool on my face. The city lights reflected on my skin, but I didn't look back. Betrayal had its day, but so did quiet mastery. I had lost nothing. They had lost everything. And for the first time in years, I felt entirely free.